Don't worry, none of these people are holding me at gunpoint to make this video. This is actually a video I wanted to make for a while. I've been thinking about it, and then I saw Andrew Huang do a video sort of talking about this, so I felt like my hand was forced in this case here. Damn you, Andrew!
So yes, I was paid $20,000 to make a 15-second beat.
So flexed on, ready, right out the gate.
I have seen some comments from people discussing music producers on YouTube and how we, drop all these tutorials, share all this knowledge, but are we legitimate music?
What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about music producers that do YouTube. Why do so many of them not have music? Or why do they have music and it has no plays? Follow me to my computer. If you think this desktop is bad, you should see how it normally is. This is it cleaned up a little bit. Now to show you guys what I'm talking about here, I'm gonna pull up a few different producers' Spotify pages. This is not meant to be something to rag on anyone or to like make them look bad. I'm more so trying to illustrate a point. If anything, I'm going to be kind of defending them a bit. So just hear me out a bit here. So Busy Work Beats, we all know him. He's got a ton of subscribers, right? 31 monthly listeners. And Spotify monthly listeners obviously don't mean everything, because if you look his YouTube page, the songs have more plays. Still not a lot, but there's definitely a lot more. Okay, then we got DJ Av McCree here. Feel bad because I like these guys. I really do like these guys. I feel bad. Venus Theory only 2,600. Simon the Magpie only 1,300. Ed Talenti 0. Alex Rome 233. Nick Mira 193. All these people obviously have way more YouTube subscribers than they have monthly listeners on Spotify. Now you may be asking yourself, what is the point you're trying to make right now? Are you just trying to make these people look bad? No, that's not exactly what I'm trying to do here. I actually think there's a reason for this. I'm going to go over a few of them. There's a few different reasons. Now, the first reason, people like Nick Mira and Ed Talenti, they seem to only produce for other people, meaning they produce for artists that do vocals usually, and because of that, the monthly listeners don't show up directly on their page. It only does that when the artist adds them as an artist on the track. So if you're a producer, you're not always featured in the artist section. In this case, it seems like never, so it's not a big deal. And then now for the other people, the people that do tutorials, I actually have a few theories as to why they don't have monthly listeners, and it's not because they're frauds. They're not frauds, okay? I don't think any of these guys are frauds. I actually like all of their content, to be honest. I think Busy Work Beats has great videos for beginners, and he has a huge abundance of them. Are some of them misses? Yes. Are some of them absolutely on point? Also yes. Ave McCree does a great job as a critical reviewer, sort of like what I do. He has a very high level of attention to detail in my opinion. Simon the Magpie makes some very interesting music devices or tweaks them in interesting ways. Venus Theory provides a lot of valuable plugins and music theory information on his channel, etc. You guys get my point here. Now the first theory that I have, aside from the fact that they probably are producing for other artists, it takes a lot of time to do YouTube. Like you basically have to upload every few days or every day. Some people do like once a week, but usually those are like much more highly produced, processed videos. And because of that, like maybe they don't have the time or energy to finish their tracks and to upload them. I've actually been experiencing that ever since I've been focusing more on YouTube. I think that's one of the issues. Some of them just don't have time to finish their tracks and upload them. Some of you may say, hey, don't some of them have editors, or why don't they have editors? Music production is actually a much smaller field on YouTube than you think it is, or it's a lot harder to retain the level of viewership that would warrant getting an editor. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Busy Work Beats edits his own shit. I don't know if he does or doesn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does, just because like the views on my shit or his shit or some other people's shit, I don't think you could pay for an editor. And there are some people that are the exceptions to that. I think Andrew gets a lot of views. Kyle Beats gets a lot of views. They usually are focused on more like broad things though, not as technically produced things. Also, it's insane that Busy Work Beats has 3,900 videos. That's a lot of videos. Now, does it mean that these people aren't credible because they don't have music on their pages? Or if they do, it doesn't have a lot of listeners? First off, the amount of listeners you have is not indicative of the quality of the music. You can actually make good quality music and not get listens on it. Views is basically just the amount of people that have saw or heard something. It doesn't even represent how many people like something. So that's one thing to remember for sure. And this also doesn't mean that they're not credible either. If you're teaching good information, it kind of doesn't matter if you have music to back it up or not, unless like the information you're teaching is regarding the music that you've made that has done well or something of the sort, unless you're like preaching some sort of marketing strategy involving getting your music out there on Spotify, for instance, and then you didn't have monthly listeners on Spotify. I think that would maybe be like, okay, maybe you seem like you're lacking some credibility there. But in terms of like how to make a certain type of beat versus how many monthly listeners you have on Spotify, I think those two are not not really correlated. They may seem that way to like someone thinking in a very shallow way, but if you really like put your mind to it, it kind of the connection is not really completely there. There are other ways for people to create value in the music and audio industries as well, other than releasing your own music or producing for other artists or doing YouTube videos. Some of them include mixing and mastering, sound design, scoring music for movies, sync licensing, making drum and sound kits, one-on-one consultations and lessons, the list goes on. Now, I'm not covering my own ass because I don't have monthly listeners myself. I actually have in the past been more successful with music than I have been on YouTube. I don't know if you guys know this, but I never actually promote my stuff in the videos, but you can actually go look me up, Weaver Beats on Spotify or SoundCloud. Like, I've been around way before this. Another theory I have, they might just not care. If you're doing well on YouTube and you're focusing all your energy on YouTube, maybe you don't really have to care. I could totally get that. Like, especially if I had like a bigger fan base on YouTube than I did everywhere else, I would probably just put more energy into YouTube. Why waste your energy trying to build something up there? I don't really blame these people for not having music or not having listens on their music. Kind of doesn't really matter. But anyways, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Was this a cool topic to talk about? I thought it would be an interesting commentary video. I actually like doing these commentary videos on my channel from time to time whenever I have a good topic to talk about. And I thought this was a pretty interesting one that I don't see talked about too often. Make sure to check out my Discord, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, affiliate links if you want to support the channel. I also have a second channel if you guys want to check out some more less serious content. It's usually cut from my Twitch streams, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
The Band Incorporated.